Many times here around the Phoenix area, you're going to have people that talk to you about real estate, specifically foreclosures, whether they be notices of trustee sales, and they say, good God, the sky is falling, and that there's just so many homes that are being foreclosed on. So now we are here towards the middle of January 2026, and I want to give you a foreclosure update so that you know right here, and I'm going to show it to you so you can see what is going on. All right. So let me go ahead and start off by showing you right here. We currently have 24,530 properties that are on the multiple listing service. Now, this is going to be your single family homes, condos, townhomes, manufactured homes, etc. It is not going to include land. So overall, 24,530 right now on the market. Now, let's start looking at a couple of other things that'll be of interest. Right now, currently, either under contract, active on the market, or under contract, closed in the last month. We have about 731 properties, and that's all Maricopa County. I excluded everything else, and these are specifically either short sales, properties that have been foreclosed on already, or are in the foreclosure process. 731. Now, if you break it up, active, there's 387, and that is a mix of some that are going through the short sale process, some that are bank-owned properties, some that are HUD-owned homes. Under contract, we've got ballpark somewhere in about 220 range, and then closed in the month of December 2025, we had 78 properties that would be called distressed, that include those that are either bank-owned property, short sales, etc. So distressed properties, we call those. Let's look here at tax records. So just to be really, really clear about this, I'm looking for any properties starting today, which is January 22nd, through 6 months in the future, and looking to see how many actually have foreclosure dates on them at this time. All right. And in the entire area here of Maricopa, we've got 1,587 properties. Quite a bit, you might think, right? Now, notice of trustee sales. This is basically what a bank does when they send out, the fact that, hey, you haven't made payment. They end up starting the foreclosure process. They send a notice of trustee sale. All right. So you can see right here that going all the way back to 2013 through 2015, we saw a decline in the number of notices, but then it kind of stabilized. And then, of course, through COVID, it went down because they put a moratorium on everything. And it, came back up again. But overall, looking at this chart, wouldn't you agree? It really hasn't picked up to like any kind of abnormal levels, right? So I'd say that it's pretty level. Now, what about trustee deeds? Now, these are properties that did end up foreclosing. You could see looking back to 2015 on through 2019, we saw a decline in the number of foreclosures. And then from 2020 through about 2023, relatively steady, and it has increased a little bit from 2024 and 2025, but still nowhere near really. Well, I guess it's getting close to 2018 and 2019, but nowhere near as high as, prior to 2018. So anyway, you don't really have that many foreclosures. If you look here for the month of December 2025, there was 62 notices that went out, and let's see, 79 that reverted to the bank. So overall, what is that? 62 plus 79, about 135 or something like that end up, being foreclosed on. Now, this is looking at it going back to 2002, foreclosures per month. And you can kind of see that spike that we had right here in the middle. This is, the financial crisis. But look at how low we've been. Again, this is just showing you in this particular case in red and blue that, we really aren't seeing the number of foreclosures rise to anything that should be really freaky. There is, of course, an uptick in them, but it's just upticking to what seems like normal levels were before. So is the sky falling? Are we going to see a ton of foreclosures happening? No, right now, we're really not seeing that much. Out of those 1,500 or so that I showed you here on the tax records, um, not all of these end up foreclosing. A vast majority of them do not. Like you can see over here, there was only 62 that ended up, being foreclosed on and bought by a third party, and 79 ended up reverting to the bank. So again, about 135. So it is not a huge number. Anyway, is there opportunities with buying, bank-owned properties, foreclosures, short sales? Sure, there's an opportunity there, but it's not like they're discounting them. Anyway, let me know what your thoughts. I hope this video was informational for you, and I'll see you on the next one. And by the way, go ahead, like, comment, let me know what you think. Talk to you next time.